And look, the people who run the biggest money on earth just did something they almost never admit, at least out loud. They told their own investors they can't have their money back. Not your account went down, not the market had a rough week. They said, you asked to withdraw and the answer is no, the door's locked. Come back later. They froze their investors out. And I'll show you why your money is next. Partners Group, one of the giants, capped withdrawals after a stampede for the exits. Then Blackstone, the biggest of them all, a company whose name already sounds like a private military contractor from a dystopian novel, restricted withdrawals from one of its flagship funds the same week. And the only reason most people aren't losing their minds over this is that, for the moment, it's happening to somebody else's money. Rich people, institutions, not you. Well, I'm going to show you why that not you part has an expiration date on it. Because the exact kind of money that just got frozen is being quietly walked into the one account you told was the safe one, your 401k. Give me 9 minutes. First, what actually happened in plain English, because they will never explain it to you this way. These are private market funds, and in Blackstone's case, private credit. Fancy name. Here's the entire grift in one breath. They take a giant pile of investors' money, call it 40-some billion dollars. Then they borrow against it, leverage it up 70, 80 billion. Like a degenerate gambler at the dog track, doubling down on a greyhound named tax deductible. Then they lend that money back out into private companies. A lot of it parked in the kind of software outfits now getting marked down as the AI story starts to wobble. And that works great, as long as the music's playing. But look at what they did with your money. They lent it out. It's gone, out the door, tied up for years in some startup trying to build a Bluetooth toaster that feels human sadness. So when enough investors show up on the same Tuesday and say, I'd like my money now, there's a problem. The money isn't in a drawer with your name on it. It's 3 companies away, locked inside a loan that doesn't turn back into cash for years. So the fund does the only thing it can do. It says no. It gates the withdrawals. That's the industry's tidy little word for it. A gate. Like it's a charming garden feature and not a locked door standing between you and your savings. And this next part is the whole point. There is a difference, a galaxy of difference between my money went down and I can't get my money. The first one is a bad year. The second one is a liquidity problem. And liquidity problems are how things that look perfectly solvent on paper fall over in a single weekend. Your statement can show a big, beautiful number. If you can't withdraw it, it's an NFT of a dollar bill. Now here's where you might be thinking, well, let the billionaires figure it out. This isn't my problem. Well, strap in, because this is where it gets personal for everyone. For basically all of modern history, this private credit stuff was walled off from you. You had to be an institution or an accredited investor to get anywhere near it. Regular people in regular retirement accounts were kept out because it's riskier than it needs to be when your future is at stake. Because the rules said so. Well, those rules just changed. In August of 2025, the administration signed an executive order. Its actual real-life name is Democratizing Access to Alternative Assets for 401k Investors. Anytime Wall Street uses the word democratizing, hold on to your wallet. They're not giving you the right to vote. They're giving you the right to be the bag holder. The order opened retirement plans up to exactly this kind of thing. Private equity, private credit, real estate funds, the whole shelf. And days later, the Labor Department pulled back the old guidance that had kept this stuff out. And this past March, just a few months ago, they proposed a rule to hand the fund managers a clean, federally approved legal path to back up a dump truck and tuck these alternatives inside the funds already sitting on your 401k menu. Your target date fund, your asset allocation fund, the stuff you were told was the safe default. Now, here's where somebody stops me. Fine, you say. I just won't buy the stuff. It's optional. And you're right. Technically, on paper, nobody can force this into your account. But be honest with me. Your 401k at work, did you build that menu? Or did somebody in human resources, a person you've never met, hand you a list and say, pick one? And when you picked, what were you actually choosing between? 3 little boxes, right? Growth, balanced, preservation, pleasant little words on a form. Do you know what's inside those boxes? Not the label, the actual holdings. Almost nobody does. You picked balanced, right? Because it sounded like the grown-up choice. Closed the laptop and never looked again. Well, that's not a knock on you, by the way. That's what most people do. That's the system working as designed. And that's how this gets in. Not by asking your permission, by sliding into the box you already checked, the one with the calm, responsible name, while the label on the front never changes. Optional only protects you if you can see what you're opting into, and often enough, you can't. Here's what I mean. The illiquid product that Blackstone froze last week, the one its own wealthy clients are screaming to get out of, it's being engineered right now into the retirement account of a 64-year-old forklift driver named Gary who just wants to retire and fish. Gary will never get a margin call. Gary did everything right. And one day Gary clicks withdraw and gets the exact same no those Blackstone investors just got. That's not a prediction. That's just two headlines they printed in the same month, set side by side. So what do you actually do with this? Well, first, don't panic. This is not in most 401ks yet. It's coming though. Panic is what makes people make the dumb move. And the dumb move is exactly what a frozen market eats for breakfast. You've got time. Don't panic. Second, do the one boring thing almost nobody does. Pull up your retirement account. Pull up your annuities, whatever it may be for you, and go down it line by line and ask one question about everything you own. If I needed this money in 30 days, could I actually get it? That's the whole exercise. That question has a name. It's liquidity. And it is the single most important word on your statement that nobody ever taught you to look for. The stuff that fails that test is the stuff you want to know about, with the lights on, not later in the dark, the same week everybody else figures it out. I put a checklist together for you to run this to help you with your accounts. The link in the description, it's down below if you want it. And third, get more than one opinion. Don't just take mine. And whatever you do, do not take it from the person trying to sell you the alternative. Because here's the truly infuriating part. When one of these funds gates its withdrawals, when you can't get a single dollar of your own money out, the managers generally keep collecting their fee on the money that's locked up. Your savings are stuck in the vault, but their fee slides right out through the mail slot. It's the financial equivalent of being charged rent by your own kidnapper. Their fee is always liquid. Now listen, the sky is not falling. I'm just telling you to read your own statement before somebody else decides what's in it. The richest, most sophisticated investors on the planet got told no last week. The least you can do is find out whether you're standing in the same line and just don't know it yet. Grab the checklist below. Check your statement, ask the boring questions, and do not let Wall Street democratize your life savings. But I noticed something while I was putting this together, and it's disturbing. The thing that just happened to those investors, the door quietly closing, the no that they got, the money you thought was yours suddenly out of reach, that's not new. And it's not just your 401k, it's not just your retirement account. They've already run the exact same play on the single biggest thing you own, the roof over your head. It's like this. When the freeze hits your retirement account, you can't get your money out. When it hits your house, you can't get yourself out. Same lock, different door. And that's why I pulled this video out here for you to watch next. It's the whole story of how they sealed 39 million homeowners inside their own houses. Check it out, because once you see how the lock works on your front door, what Wall Street just did to its investors is going to look a lot less like a billionaire problem and a lot more like a dress rehearsal. Thanks for watching. God loves you, and so do I. Take care.